Welcome into another edition of the Leadership Library, hosted by CEO and author Rocky Romanella. Rocky is the author of the book, Tighten the Lug Nuts, The Principles of Balanced Leadership, and has over 40 years of business experience as a prominent member of the UPS Supply Chain Solutions team, as well as the CEO of Unitech Global Services. So sit back, grab your notebook, and take a seat, and get ready for this edition of the Leadership Library.
Welcome to the Leadership Library. I'm your host, Rocky Romanella. We're going to wrap up succession planning, and we're going to talk a little bit about this debate of the promotion from within. It's an interesting debate. We've talked a lot about it in previous episodes. We talked a little bit about it under the topic of faith in season 7, when you have faith in your people. You believe in them until they're ready to believe in themselves. We talked a little bit about it in previous seasons and in previous episodes about that promotion from within and how I was a benefactor of promotion from within and how inside an organization it really helps promote people to want to be part of the organization. It's a great way to retain top talent inside an organization. In fact, we just talked about it in the succession planning process. But the debate is organizations that only promote from within. I think it's a little bit of a hybrid. While I am a benefactor of the promotion from within policy, not every opportunity clearly should be from inside an organization if you don't have the skill for that particular opening that you have. For example, in the early days when, I'm showing my age here, where maybe you didn't have a complete IT organization. Well, in those early days, you promotion from within and you couldn't pick anyone to be your CIO. And so I think the promotion from within policy would be one at that point where, okay, now we may be hiring a CIO from the outside. We start to build that organization. Maybe in the future, next 5 or 10 years, we now have a very full, a very vibrant, IT department, and now we're building a session process in there, and we move to more of a promotion from within. So I think it really comes down to that identification of the skill you need in that potential opening. If the opening can be filled from within side, I think it's always a good thing to do because it's part of that career development process. It's part of your people mission statement. It's part of your succession planning process. And you've had conversations with people, right? You've had conversations with people about the fact that they're ready now, or they're 1 to 2, they're 3 to 5. You've had conversations of where they see their careers going, where they would like to see them going, how you see them going. If there's a gap, how we kind of close that gap. What are the things that you need to work on? How do I help you work on those things? There's mentoring things that are going inside your organization. So that becomes a very real way to retain top talent, make people feel like they're part of an organization and want to stay. There are going to be, though, those instances where there's an opportunity that inside the organization you just can't fill. You don't have that skill at this particular time. And that's when you go outside the organization. And so I think that balance is okay. I think that you could be an organization that you kind of tell your people we promote from within, but clearly there's going to be those opportunities where organizations need to go out and get the talent and go out there and understand that, we don't have that inside our organization at this point, but through the succession planning process, we could get to the point where that could be filled from the inside someday. So it's an interesting debate. I lean towards a promotion from within process with the understanding that when it comes time for the talent and you don't have that talent inside your organization at this particular time, then I think it's important to go outside the organization and get the right talent. Thank you for being part of this debate. Remember, your people are your most important asset. Clearly, the differentiator between organization isn't the equipment, isn't the technology, it's the people. Without the people are the ones who execute your brand, who are closest to the customers, and they're really your brand promise. They execute your brand promise on a daily basis. Never lose sight of how important your people are.
I wanna rock!